Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the home gym. Fantastic to have you here. Hope you have a great day. Today I want to talk about shoulder flare-ups, shoulder pains that prevent you from getting the workout that you want. Say you want to do a pull-up and you really feel that your shoulder is not working and it's cracking and it's doing everything that you don't want it to do. Well, this video is going to help this. But I have talked to my attorney and he told me to say a few words. The first thing I had to say is that I'm not a doctor and that I don't claim to be one. The second thing is that this is no medical advice, so this is purely me sharing my experience. So whatever you do is up to you, right? You had the gray matter to watch this video, to look things up. You can use that same gray matter to decide whether or not this video is something for you or whether or not you should do X or Y. Now that being said, if we're talking about shoulder pain, I'm talking about mild pain, like discomfort, something that is bugging you but that's not really a life or death threat. Now, whenever this thing flares up, it's usually because one of the muscles is tight. You know, the shoulder is a complex joint. Whenever one of these muscles get tight, the whole system gets out of whack and you're going to start to feel discomfort. In a very specific order, these are the muscles that get tight. The first one, the traps, they are very prone to getting tight because if you're sitting on your computer, if you're sitting or if you're just working on your cell phone, you find that your shoulders get hunched up. And actually, today I found out that I was sitting in front of my computer just minding my own business and all of a sudden I felt that I was sitting like this, literally. And I was like, come on, what the hell, man? Put these shoulders down, get a good posture. But sometimes these things happen. If you're not mindful from minute to minute, these things will happen. So you need to be mindful of this. Be mindful of your posture, but be also mindful of the fact that your traps can get very tight. Tied into that are the pecs. So your chest muscles can also get very tight from either doing too much pushing exercises if you don't have balance between pushing and pulling exercises, but also from sitting in front of a computer, sitting on your smartphone. Sometimes it's not shrugging, but it's also hunching your shoulders over. And these things cause your muscles to tighten up, and your chest muscle is one that is very likely to tighten up as well. Also your front delt that is tied into that whole area can get tight. So that is number two. Next one is your rhomboids. Sometimes these can get tight as well by inactivity or just because they're too weak. And the last one are the lats. These can get tight as well if you're doing a lot of pull-ups, if you're doing a lot of rows, then you can get some discomfort and get your lats too tight and then you need to open them up again. So I'm talking about this tightness. And what we want to do is get rid of this tightness. First, you need to find out which muscle is too tight. And you can usually just feel it. If you really feel that the muscle is sore or that is very blocky, you can just feel with your fingers, feel what's tight. Now I feel that my trap is tight, so this is probably the first muscle that I'm going to stretch. And feel where things are tight, and if you can't find it, maybe massage it a little bit. If you find that that helps, great. If you find that it doesn't help, go over to stretching, do some trap stretches, some chest stretches, some rhomboid stretches and some lat stretches. So, very fast, how to get these stretches in. The first one for your traps, get a rubber band, stand on it, stand in the middle of it, and then raise up like you would do a deadlift, and you find that the rubber band is going to pull your arms downwards, and if you tilt your head sideways, you're going to feel a very good stretch in the trap. And you can move your head so you can really find that specific area that is tight and really stay in that one. and then breathe deeply until it gets loose. Now, for your chest, there's a lot of varieties of stretches, but the most common one is this. Although Calisthenics said that you shouldn't do this stretch, but I find that it's very effective to open up the chest, both the chest, the shoulder and the bicep at the same time. If you want more specific targeting of the chest, you can place your forearm like this and really lean into it, and you will find that you're purely putting stress on your chest muscle. So that's the second one. If you want to open up your rhomboids, what you can do is grab a pole like this. You can do it crossed, and then pull yourself backwards, push yourself backwards, and you'll find that you open up your shoulder blades, really wiggle into that and open up that area. You can change your cross and really switch side to side and open that area up. If you want to stretch your lats, really just grab something that's high up and pull yourself downwards and back. Because you're all smart enough and know that stretching a muscle means that you have to lengthen it. And if you're talking about the chest muscle, how can you lengthen it? Well, put your arm back. Find that the length is increased. It's not a rocket science, right? Want to open up your rhomboids? Well, increase the length of your rhomboids. So put your shoulders in front of you and stretch like this. It's something that you can do yourself. It's something that you can experiment with. It's something that I experimented with. So this technique of finding the tight spot, stretching it out, massaging it, really helps me out to get going with my training, to find out what patterns that occur during my day-to-day life that gets me those tight areas. So this is really me getting to know my own body, finding the weak spots, stretching it out, and then see whether or not my shoulder feels better. If it doesn't feel better, I usually stop the exercise or don't go any further than that. If you feel tight, just stretch it out. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you liked this video. Hope you got something out of it. This is not advice. This is no medical advice. This is just me sharing my experience with you. So I hope you got something out of it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you subscribed, like this video if you liked it, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace!